Outside Haas Pavilion, we come to you with another edition of the Cal Sports Report. Before we talk about basketball, we do want to mention the football team. Final game of the season this week in Corvallis against Oregon State. Last week, the Bears played well for 2.5 quarters against what is the #1 team in the country now, the Oregon Ducks. But once the Ducks got that offense rolling, it was lights out. This week, they face the Beavers in Corvallis, a team that lost a tough one to Stanford and in essence, basically lost their opportunity to go to the Rose Bowl. But they're a tough team. They play very good defense. Here's what head coach Jeff Tedford and the players had to say about Oregon State.
Really solid, play very hard up front. Krishan, Dylan Wynn, those guys play extremely hard. Their linebackers, Doctor is all over the place. Michael Doctor is all over the place. Poyer in the secondary. They play really hard. And their rush defense, I think they only give up like 99 yards a game. I think they're second in our conference in rush defense.
They're a group of guys that play really hard. They're a tough group of guys. We've played them for the last couple of years now. And the more film you're watching these guys, they're kind of going to grind it out, and they're going to play 4 quarters of football as hard as they can. And so that's a fun challenge for us. So I think they do a good job of competing, finishing. They get 11 guys to the ball wherever they go. So it's a great challenge for us up front to try to finish guys and let our backs make some plays.
The team just have a balance between running and passing, and they do it really well. It's not very high tempo like Oregon was. So, they're going to huddle. It's going to take the time of possession, and, they lead the nation in that. So, you just got to be ready.
They do a good job. I think he's got like 59 catches, and Wheaton's got like 61 or vice versa, but they're both very similar. But he has excellent speed. And after he catches the ball, run after the catch, he's very good.
We're really excited. It's a good opportunity for us. Things haven't gone the way we wanted, but we try to take it week by week, and it's one more chance to put that helmet on and go play for our group of guys in there and our coaches and our fans and everybody. So it's a great opportunity for us to try to go out on the right note, so we're excited about it.
So it'll be the Bears against the Beavers in Gill Coliseum, Research Stadium, beginning at 7:30. We'll have the Toyota Tundra Tailgate Show beginning at 6:30 on the radio. Meanwhile, it's kind of a fitting ending to the season and the location for one Cal offensive lineman, a senior who at one time was ticketed to play at Oregon State. Dominic Gallus has spent much of this season in street clothes watching from the sidelines. In January, he underwent shoulder surgery and missed spring ball. 5 days prior to camp, he tore a chest muscle and underwent another procedure. After returning for a game, he then suffered a case of appendicitis.
It was disappointing missing the first half. Lifting all summer, getting in the weight room. It was the strongest I've been, the healthiest I've been in a while. And having a setback like that was kind of a bummer, but it happened and can't do anything about it now. So just dealing with it.
After being one of the iron men of the team during his first 3 seasons, Gallus not only had to deal with injuries, but also a switch from center to guard.
Being a center, you kind of know the whole offense because you're telling everyone where to go. So going from center to guard wasn't too bad because I'm usually telling the guards where to go, and so now I'm the one listening to them instead of telling.
Like most athletes, there never seems to be a finish line. There's always going to be that next practice or the next season. Only now does reality begin to set in.
To be honest, I don't even remember, coming in as a freshman. I look back and it's like, what I do the last 4 years. So it flew by, like everyone said it does. And, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you think those days are going to last forever, waking up early and stuff, but it flew by.
Gallus, whose dad played at Cal, has thought about life after football. Instead of protecting quarterbacks, he would like to protect the public as a firefighter.
Just the team atmosphere, you're helping people, which I think is awesome, because I want to do something where I have an impact on other people. And I just think it'd be everyone I talk to says they love it. They say you can't go wrong with it. So I think it's something I want to pursue.
But first, there's one final game, ironically at Oregon State, where he originally committed to play.
I remember committing there, and it's kind of ending where it started type of thing. But, I can't be happier with the time I've had here. So, yeah, it's going to be good to go up to Corvallis and play up there and, get after it.
Joining us now, volleyball coach Rich Feller, as we come down to the final 2 weekends of the regular season. First of all, this past week you had Wednesday and Thursday matches. The match against Washington, nationally televised, was a great match. Unfortunately, they pulled it out at the end. And then you took care of Washington State, which sets up a really big week for you as you head to Southern California with UCLA and USC.
Yeah, I hope both of those matches give us a little bit of confidence. The Washington match was super disappointing for sure. But it gives us a lot of hope and really shows how good we can be right down to the wire with a tough team like that. So hopefully we take a little of that momentum into Thursday night's match against UCLA and Friday against USC. You know, win one, win two, get a split somehow, come back with our heads up and ready for the last week.
With all the injuries that you've suffered this year on the team at the beginning and the middle of the season, you're getting some pieces back, and you seem to be getting some continuity back as well. Yeah. Are you playing your best volleyball of the season now?
I hope so, yeah. It seems that way when we really look at video. You know, we're doing a lot of good things. We've still got things to work on, obviously, but the passing is coming around. The offense is really clicking pretty well. You know, if you look at some numbers, Shannon Hawari is just tearing it up in the middle, and you don't do that unless you're passing. So, and setting the ball, of course. But there's some things coming together that it feels like we could be playing the best we're playing all year.
Talk about the matchups with the Bruins and also the women of Troy. Two teams that are different styles. I was talking to Adrienne Guillen the other night on our Cal Coaches Corner. She thought you're more similar to UCLA in style, but match up maybe better with USC. Was she right?
Partially, yeah. Yeah. UCLA runs a pretty fast offense when they really get it going. They've gone back and forth with two setters all year, and they've just settled on one setter, and she's the faster offense setter. So we'll see a lot of really quick balls going to the outside hitters, and they've got monster outside hitters, as we do have big outside hitters as well. However, I think we effectively use the middle a little bit better than both of those teams. And then when you look at USC, they're a big, high outside hitting team, and really we do match up well with them because they run a little slower pace, and our block can set up and our defense can set up just a little bit better.
All right, good luck this week in Southern California. Also, next Monday when you come back home and host Utah, we'll talk about that next week.
Okay, very good, thanks.
All right, the volleyball coach Rich Feller, as they will travel to Southern California to face UCLA and USC. So as the season winds down for the volleyball team and the football team and the fall sports, we're christening a new basketball season. The women at home this week against St. Mary's, and of course the men are very busy this week. They had the game on Tuesday night, and then they'll be at Denver on Friday night, and then next week at a tournament in Anaheim. We'll have all the coverage for you on the AT&T pregame show Friday night from Denver. Well, that does it for basketball. And for football, this was also Letter of Intent Week. We'll detail some of the big signings that certainly swimming had and basketball had this week. Until next week, I'm Todd McKim. Go Bears.